Hey everybody, it is me again, Backroom on Xbox Live, if you're looking for a Street Fighter match or whatever. Once again, it's Friday, so it looks like we're doing a road show. On the way into work this morning, I got to thinking about the Usual Suspects. Spoilers ahead for something 16 years old, so don't freak out. Anyway, the whole idea of the movie was that Kaiser Soze was setting up this meeting with the Argentinians or whatever so he could kill the Hungarian who could identify him. And he spends the majority of the movie, as Verbal Kent in Detective Kuyon's office, telling him the bullshit story about the whole setup, just so, until he gets bail. And then he leaves and the detective's like, yeah, we're gonna find this Keaton fucker. He was the one, he's the one. But then the sketch artist comes in, or whatever, he sees the picture, it looks just like Verbal, and he sees all the clues, like, holy shit, I just let Kaiser Soze get away. And he, shows Verbal shaking off his fake limp, getting into the car with the supposed Kobayashi guy or what have you, and the whole thing, and pff, like that, he's gone. And you're like, oh wow, that fucking movie just blew my mind. But it kind of defeated its own purpose. If your top secret master criminal mission is to kill the one guy who can identify you, and then over, basically what you just did, the big twist ending is now a fucking federal agent can identify you? Do you have to do the whole thing again? Do you come in like Kevin Spacey, like Rambo, and just guns blazing because you can't really stealth your way in anymore? Seems like kind of just backtracked and erased all the progress they made for the rest of the movie. It was a great fucking movie. I really enjoyed it, but it seems like this kind of... the success brought its own failure. Same thing with the last season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, though definite differences in quality levels. The whole reason that the first evil was able to come back with like the Uber Vamps and the Preacher and everything and be so powerful was because the balance of good and evil in the universe was all fucked up because there were two Slayers living at the same time, when it's only supposed to be one. And so that allowed evil to say, it's tipped too far this way, it's going to tip back the other, and all this evil came. And so the good guy's solution was, hey, let's make it so there are 500 Slayers. That seems like it would swing the balance way too far back in the other direction, and so evil would then get to institute like 1,000 years of just like hell on earth. It doesn't seem like that would be a really good solution long term. And as far as I know, they never addressed it in the Season 8 or Season 9 comics. They just said, hey look, now we have an army of Slayers, and they never really got back to it. Season 7 really did kind of suck. Anyway, the Usual Suspects is one of the things on my list of movies, TV shows, what have you. You want to take it? Is he behind us?
Yes.
Getting a call from the car behind us. No, I have a... watch out. You're kind of drifting.
Brian's doing his video, you're making me interrupt him. Brian's doing his video, you're making me interrupt him. He does videos. Which one?
I do videos.
Los Camperos. Nope, going to Los Camperos. You're welcome to join us if you want. Hope so. That's our goal. Alright, I'm gonna hang up so Brian can finish his video before we get there. Alright, bye.
I can edit all that out. I can leave it, I don't fucking care. But
yes, this would make for the most exciting background video ever.
I seriously wanted to put the camera on my dash for my commute one day. I think we'd make it like an interesting music video where we'd make the drive the exact length of the full album and release, a single at a time to whatever video channel you like, and eventually people could just piece together the entire trip. And maybe the album's a concept album. It's about a journey. Maybe it's about returning home, finding a lost love or whatever. And that's the actual, you start from point A physically and point A in the album, you end up,
Are you
brilliant.
recording this?
I am. back to my actual notes. The Usual Suspects is on a list of movies, TV shows, shit like that I would like to experience again for the first time. You know, things where you had that sort of wow moment. That's kind of, you can enjoy it the second time because you're looking for clues, but after that, the impact diminishes. The movie Audition, The Shape of Things, about 85% of the old Twilight Zone episodes. Things that just really knocked your socks off with the big finish. The Sixth Sense for a lot of people, perfect. That one I kind of guessed. Same thing with The Others with Nicole Kidman, but that was just kind of shitty. But
I guessed it was going to be awful before the movie started.
Nicole Kidman's in it. Other things like that are the enjoyment are dependent upon an audience context. We've talked about it, how somewhat funny movies can become hilarious if you're in a full movie theater of people laughing. Horror movies that aren't that scary somehow become scarier when everybody in the theater is feeling it. Kind of a weird thing. The Ring. It was great when we were in this packed theater when it first came out and everybody was just kind of terrified. I watched it again and it's boring as shit. The Blair Witch Project. I saw it in a literally 100% capacity filled theater in Baltimore. We had a party of 3, which had to be broken up into 2 seats on one side of the theater and 1 seat on the clear other end.
That was scary.
Yeah, separating is scary. You're just being the movie. So. But you know, the movie started and it had this sort of thing at the beginning where it said, you know, made in Maryland, and everybody kind of cheered. So you already knew you were in this group environment. You're near some of the places where these things supposedly happened, you know, these made-up locations or what have you. And so there was kind of a connection already. People were just really into the movie. And so when like 5 people whimpering at something kind of scary becomes like 20 people recoiling in horror, becomes a full theater 300 screaming in terror. It was a kind of neat group emotion, the closest I've actually seen to like a mass hysteria sort of thing, infectious fear. I've never bought the whole mass hysteria thing, but I can see where those things could probably occur. It's kind of neat.
You've not been to an orgy where somebody had warts.
Sexy. But
I was at somebody.
What's that?
I was at somebody. You
Well,
can edit that out.
it's good that you're there to share. You're a sharer. He's a giver. I watched Blair Witch a couple years later, just like on TV or whatever, DVD. Boring as hell. Bunch of fucking sticks. So tell me what you guys think. Are there movies, books, what have you, that ended in ways that you think completely reversed any of the progress which had made in like the first 95%? What things would you like to experience again for the first time? And don't say sex. I know you. And what things do you think work better in large groups? And again, don't say sex. Actually, I guess all 3 of these could be applied to sex. Leave a comment below or make a response video, whatever you got to do with this internet jibber jabber. Let me know. Until then, help keep the animal population under control. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Later.